Top of this beautiful day to you, children of God, and welcome to today's edition of God's Protectorates Confraternity's Word, titled Sad. More than 90% of cases of ritual killing in courts today are against pastors and imams. Yes, and indeed it's really very, very sad. A short while ago, about a few months ago, a friend of mine who is a lawyer and a Muslim told me that could I believe that more than 90% of cases in court of ritual killing are perpetrated by both clergymen, that is pastors, and imams, Islamic clerics. I was shocked. I kept it as a knowledge given to me. Then later on, some days ago, a Muslim cleric in the news came out to say that something had to be done concerning the rapid increase in the involvement of clerics in ritual killing. And I was challenged. I said, because of that, I will bring it up in one of our videos. And that's why I'm doing this today. Very sad that this is the in thing now. This is the occurrence. Gone are those days that ritual killing was maybe for them was believed that to be by most of the time witch doctors and all those other practitioners. But today, the opposite is the case. That means that some people are actually masquerading under the activity of pastors and imams to do ritual killing, to do all these evil things. That means they were never pastors and they were never imams. You see, there's another problem that has been caused by the society. You see, a lot of times when somebody comes around to say, okay, he's a practitioner of traditional religion, people tend to run away from such people. So today, a lot of people now who are traditional practitioners, not even traditional, who are witch doctors, come around now to wear the gown of either Christian missionaries, Christian pastors, or Islamic clerics, which is very, very sad. By that, they penetrate into people and then they commit their dastardly acts. Now, the charge is on everyone, both the present cleric, just like the Muslim cleric said, and even the people. Now, the charge to the whole populace, to the people, is found in Matthew 7:15. It says, beware of prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You see, and the word beware means all of us should be alert, especially to identify not just false preaching, false teaching, but also false teachers whose ways are subtle. The Bible explains it clearly. It is the responsibility of everyone to stand up, especially at this time, that this has become a national embarrassment, and in fact, by expansion, an international embarrassment. Everyone should stand up against this, not only the clerics. Now, for the clerics, there's a great warning in Deuteronomy 18:10-11. It says, let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire. Take note, sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire. Could be, even it extends to those who use other people's children for sacrifice, not just your own son or daughter. Then, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft or casts spells, or who is a medium or spiritist who consults with the dead. That is the warning on clerics, that let no one among you be found in this area of action. Now, every good religion goes against idol worshipping. Yeah, I mean good religion in quotes. Human sacrificing, and warns against false prophets. Every good religion. Yeah, if I had the knowledge of the Quran, I would have been able to quote from it portions that about this. And that's the advantage of old about early clergymen who studied religious studies, not just theology. The religious studies you go for then expose you to other forms of religion, both African traditional religion, Islam, and everything. So you get an idea of everything. And the idea is not that you practice what you have learned. It is for you to know about other religions. You become an expert. You have advantage. Not necessarily because you want to practice that religion. And in fact, an advantage is that you want to even see some things in that religion that you can use to make sure that you show the superiority of your own practice. And like I said in one of our early videos, that was one of the strategies the old missionaries used to win people away from traditional worshiping, to bring them closer to God. The abolition of human sacrifice in the south in Calabar was an example. So things like this, they were seen as bad, and those were the things that the clerics of those days, the missionaries that came in, showed people, made them confident that if they stopped all these things, there was nothing that was going to happen to them as a repercussion. And so they were able to do it, and automatically those people became Christians. Their eyes became open. So when you study about other religions, it's not necessary for you to practice those religions. It's for you to be versed in them. Of course, I know clergymen who had loops and rampart collections in their libraries. You don't necessarily read about a contrary religion because you want to become an adherent. Sometimes you want to read to be able to see loopholes that enable you claim superiority of your own personal belief. And you could be shocked to hear from me, although that should have been a story for another day. You could be shocked to hear from me that even practicing herbalists and orthodox medical practitioners may even be more godly than any of us, because they are directly responsible for preservation of creation. What God has made, they are the ones that directly preserve them. Please note the significant difference between herbalists and witch doctors. I mentioned herbalists there. Herbalists do nothing bad. They pick herbs and use. They give them to humans to free them from diseases and infirmities. Unlike the witch doctors who actually practice sorcery, ritual killing, and things like that. So, with all this, I want to believe that all hands should be on deck. Everybody should come on board to make sure that to stem this tide of ritual killing by Christian and Muslim clerics, by some Christian and Muslim clerics, that is going on now. It's causing a lot of embarrassment, and it's really affecting the practice of religion. May Almighty God help us out in this case. God bless you all. I remain Ojomo Olusegun Adebambo, your regular uncle. God bless you.